Nurse investor has clocked out at this time. Shall I send you a report?
No, there's no need. I'm sure she'll submit it in afterwards.
Susa, it appears we have a request to land from the late Hawk. Shall we comply?
I guess we could see him in.
Very well.
Why don't you go and open the door for him? We'll have him sit over here by me.
Please stand over here. Right this way.
So, now that we're all settled, take a seat. What seems to be the problem? Some people can't seem to understand you with mask. Okay, yeah, I'll take this off. Better? Wonderful. So, as I said before, this is formal business. You cannot just come in, even if some urgent injury becomes present, you need to schedule something with the council, as all patients do. I'll make an exception because it is late in the hour, but I'll only allow you a small portion of time. Alright? Wonderful. So, what seems to be the issue? Well, yes. If you invest in one of the new neurotech tattoos, those can become hacked. So to my knowledge, symptoms such as that will be present when neurotech is hacked. Yes, if you've had the headaches with the visual horrors, and where was the tattoo placed? Okay, the arm, yep. Can you show me up close? Okay, let me just... Arrow, what do you think?
I agree on all accounts.
You must forgive me. I am accustomed to my droid associate. You may not be, but he is here to stay, so I suggest you treat him kindly. Because his services are connected with mine. So if you seek help, I would be a little bit nicer to Arrow here. Yes, thank you. Arrow and I are specialists at this council. We take patients on under general care, but also a variety of neural issues. Some may not be for the faint of heart to hear, so I will spare you the delicacies. But in your case, there are several different options right off the bat before I delve deeper into your situation. Neural mapping has been an option for some. We've hacked neurotech, and that usually involves complete nervous system breakdown and re-upload. So you would need quite a lengthy procedure, quite an expensive procedure at that. Is any of your human organic tissue still in place? Okay. Well, that makes things a little bit easier. But also some concern is that the neurotech would then feed off a bit, burn at the edges your skin tissue, if you would. Because of the black market nature of your tattoo, I would not say this would be an easy process, whatever your procedure. Before I get into this any further, before you pester me or arrow any further, I would like to examine it a little bit closer under light, if you would. Excuse me? As I thought. Thank you. Yes, well, neurotech sometimes responds to different lights. The flickering of the tattoo will indicate some repellency to light, and that is often how we do part of our neural mapping process. So, yes, you're going to have to keep your arm held out there. I'm going to take out. Hold on. Okay. So, firstly, I'm going to look at it here. Yes. Now tell me, when did you first start noticing that it was causing you some discomfort? Alright. Yes. And where exactly did this tattooing take place? Yes. That quarter is usually rampant with black market business, so I recommend you stay away from there next time. Yes, tattoos in general, in our current age, are a bit tricky. Nobody is quite like they were 2,000 years ago, so you're not going to find a trusted process for that kind of thing. Specifically now that everybody tends to use nanotech, neurotech, and anything else beyond the galaxy. I would just avoid that next time, or any modifications from here on out, if you are headed to that quarter of the city. Or of this world, for that matter. It does strike me as interesting that you are not showing any radial display. In some of the patients I've seen before, tattooing such as this on your arm, often the tech expands into the veins, whether mechanical or not, and it kind of latches itself into you through that. So I'm interested in that. I'm not seeing that here, but it could be hidden if your hacker is better than average. But considering they came from the black market, the dark corner of the city, I doubt it. It just doesn't seem to be apparent here. So, Arrow, what do you think?
Can you test other sources?
Yes. Well, if you could print up a report for me, that would be great.
I shall do as you ask.
As for you, I'd like to try another light on the source here. This is a rather old piece of tech, ancient to some, but it is often proved useful, especially when testing some of nanotech hackers' work. Obviously, we've upgraded our light sources over the years, but some energies just can't be replaced, and this old battery form of energy sometimes also helps in noticing the flickering pattern you can get with hacked tattoos. So, if you would just hand me your arm. Thank you. And can you remember the name of your artist? No, yes, I've heard of Nova. I do not believe she herself is a hacker. Usually the process that comes into play here is a tattoo will be given, and either through a drink that you may have, a check-in to another establishment such as a hotel, or even a local, aero repair shop. Those places can have hackers present, or generally in the area you're at, those will linger in the shadows, as they say, to hack at their best chance. I've heard it's something some of those people live for, so I would not be surprised. But I've heard of Nova, though I despise the work of Taturi, I have heard of her, and she seems to be fine, so it is not her you have to worry about. Though I do detest that she detests droids. Ridiculous, if you ask me. But yes, we've advanced so much over the years. Our world has so much to thank for droids. We would not be in the age we're living in, nor live as long as we do because of droids. The tech that we have now, the ability to heal those we have here, would not be able to take place if not for droids like Arrow. So I think it's remarkable. Arrow, do you have the report? Okay, thank you. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just checking over a colleague's work. Recently did a report on one of our patients here. She's had fits and seizures ever since the calamity some years ago. She too was riddled with nanotech that was hacked. But hers was also combined with several metallic imbalances and broken structures as well. All her real bones had been replaced with metal, and she was crushed in one of the earlier factory builds for Central City, yes. And it did not go well because rebuilding metal bones, that's not hard, but getting all the shards of the old formulation is more of a challenge. Essentially a whole body full of shrapnel. Yes. So the report is on the surgeries. I believe she's actually in recovery now, and the nurse is looking after her. Not that any of this concerns you. Yes. Right. Yes. I'm not going to reveal her name, but I'm sure she'll be fine eventually if my colleague did her job, which generally most people here do. We are a well-organized establishment. Anyhow, I'm going to now draw out a little diagram here on your arm of where I think we need to inspect further. And the process, again, we'll have to do some neural mapping and reconstruct the nervous system, at least for the arm portion. It will depend on how much currency you have currently on you. Which district do you come from? All right. And which galaxy is that? I see. Okay. That is fine. All is well. I am surprised you were in that black corner of our city. But if one has an addiction towards tattoos, I'm less surprised. All right. Arrow.
The Chancellor wishes to see the report himself.
Well, tell them I'll give it to them when I can. Yes. So, here's what I'm thinking. We require a down deposit of at least 4,000 parsenics. At least in this district, that's what the rate is. And the rest can be paid after. But I will say that once the procedure starts, to ensure we do not have any scams, your cerebral lobes get put on freeze. So that if you do not pay afterwards, you are permanently locked out. So when I say we can keep you here, we can keep you here. So you must pay if you say you can. If you can't, I'm afraid I cannot help you. This is a well-known establishment. We are a helping community, but even helping communities need funds. So I do not know what else I can tell you. All right. So the details. First, why don't you give me your arm and I'll describe it to you as we go. Yes. So as far as your procedure, we would take the nervous system from here all the way to here, and we would pull that out. Now, because you have a sort of 50-50 of organic material still and biomechanical, pulling the nervous system out will be a fairly easy part, but remapping that with some more biomechanic material will be a little more tricky. Especially if you do have any implants in this area, that will be difficult. But you will be sedated, and of course, per normal hospital or virtual doctors, you will have a selection of virtual programs to choose from while you are sedated. So, you will still be doing something during that time. If you wish to world jump cerebrally, that is also an option. But yes, you will be sedated, and that procedure should take about 12 hours. After that time, you will be moved into your own quarter here at the council, and you will be sought after by a droid. If you cannot handle a droid, we can assign a nurse, but those will cost extra. So, do we have an agreement there? Okay. So yes, then you will need some healing time, though we can speed that up with several injections of Deosine, as you may be aware. It comes in limited supply though, so you can only take doses in options of 1 or 3, and after that you are on your own, and then after 5 days you would be sent back on your way. And once again, I do not recommend coming to this quarter. Yes. Alright. Let me grab something momentarily for you to sign. We are nearing the end of our proceedings. I'm going to put my mask back on. Much better. So, do I have your consent that you wish to move forward with the neural mapping procedure? Wonderful. And again, the procedure will take 12 hours. Then you'll be sought after by a droid or nurse for extra payment, also in Parsonics, I might add. And then you will stay here for 5 days. We will monitor your well-being, make sure the hacking is completely deleted from your system, and then you'll be sent back home, or to your district or planet, whichever universe you must return to. Yes, we do not pay for travel, so you must find a way to get back home. We do not offer those kind of services. Again, if you are harsh or uncivil with droids here, you will be discharged without any dicing. So it will be quite a painful journey. So do treat them kindly while you are around them. And once I get your signature, then we can move forward. Does that sound like a plan? All right. Wonderful. Here you are. Thank you. Yes, Errol.
I shall see them out.
Thank you. So, I will be on my way now. As I said, it is late in the hour. I have much to do, but you may see yourself out, or I will have Arrow do so. Yes. Thank you. And the procedure will begin tomorrow afternoon, so make sure to be here on time. Thank you. Any questions, feel free to contact me. Yes. You can always search for the clinic's number, talk to another member of the council. It is not that hard. Very good. Okay. Well, then I shall see you tomorrow afternoon. Arrow, would you see him out? Thank you.